This is a tune I wrote for my friend Chet Atkins. Call it Mr. Chester. It's a little tune that Chet taught me in the kitchen of his office there, called The Claw by Jerry Reed. Oh, I'll do one on the harp guitar here. On one of my harp guitars. Everyone needs a couple harp guitars around after all. And this is one that I wrote after my Heartstrings recording went up with the space shuttle, with the astronaut Susan Helms on the space shuttle Endeavour. You know, I thought it was the space shuttle Discovery for a long time until finally I found the actual cassette that went up there together with a little certificate. And it said it traveled 2.5 million miles on the Endeavour. Yeah, so all this time here, I didn't realize it was the Endeavour that had gone up on. Yeah, you know, just 6 strings wasn't quite enough here for this, and so, and you know, especially for the song that was inspired from those images, and has to have kind of a little bit of a spacious feel. So I call this View from Space. you. Well, I was remembering that that day playing the Perry Como golf tournament, and this is right at the time that that Chet Atkins' Mark Knopfler album came out. And so Chet said, well, you know, I just wanted to do some of the duets from that album, and if I hired my band, you know, I'd know I have to pay them, and you'd do it for free, wouldn't you? And so, you know, of course I said yes, you know, with that gentle hint there. So I woodshedded learning Mark Knopfler's parts on these tunes. And so we get backstage just before, you know, going on. It was this huge auditorium. And Chet said, you know, my guitar isn't sounding very good for these tunes. Let's do a different tune. And it changes keys every verse, but it just goes around the horn and you'll figure it out. And we walked out on stage. And, but sure enough, he led into the chords so clearly that I could tell exactly where he was going. And it was just seamless. It was just as though we'd practiced it, you know. But one of the tunes that I learned and never did get to play with him was Why Worry? And just a lovely tune and a great spirit to that tune that Mark Knopfler wrote. So I'll play that one for you. you. Well, I had a request for Vincent, written about Vincent van Gogh. And so I was thinking recently, since Vincent van Gogh was such a big part of the French Impressionist movement, wouldn't it be fun to sing the lyrics in French, you think? Either that or in Dutch. Which do you prefer? You see? But I'll play it instrumental first, and then if I'm brave enough, I'll throw in some lyrics.
Palais bleu et gris. On regarde un jour d'été avec les yeux qui connaissent mes ténèbres. On presse le bois. Est-ce que sentent les arbres de fleurs? Briser les frissons des vers, terre des rubans blancs sous colère. Maintenant je comprends ce que Jésus essaie de me dire. Tu as souffert pour santé d'esprit. Essaie de les libérer. Ils pouvaient pas, ils n'ont pas su. Peut-être que jamais pu. Ils ne pourront pas t'aimer. Mais ton amour était vrai. Aucun espoir n'était lassé en vous en cette nuit d'étoilée. T'es pris ta vie comme un fou, c'est pour le monde. J'aurais pu te dire Vincent, ça m'a jamais été fait pour un aussi beau que toi.
Thank you. What did you think? Did that work in French for you? Anyone here French speaking? Oh, okay, great. Well, you can talk to me afterwards about little tweaks to my pronunciation. There always are some. That's right. Well. I'll do a tune that I call Fantasia de Fuego. I recorded this with two German flamenco guitarists, called themselves Tierra Negra. And we had such a great time recording that New World Flamenco CD together. So always reminds me of that. And I can always feel them on either side of me playing along with as I'm playing this. Well, Leo and Rauji from Tierra Negra were a big part of my subsequent project after the New World Flamenco was the cookbook with music for each recipe. Because I had bet my significant other, Brian, when we went on a tour, we were touring Paris, Italy for 3 weeks, and Switzerland, and the flight stopped in Dusseldorf to change planes, and so I found a way to lay over for a day, and I bet Brian that our best meal in that entire time would be our layover in Dusseldorf, because I knew Leo would be cooking. And I won the bet. So, and that recipe is in the book. That's Leo's noodles. That's, and that kind of made me think about, I had been wanting to do a cookbook for 20 years. Now it's time to do it. Now we have Leo's noodles and some recipes from my family, and there's one that was inspired by my great-grandparents who immigrated from Finland on both sides of the family. And I was thinking about that time and the challenges of the new country the memories of the old, and we've still hung on to a lot of those recipes from that time, and the flavors and the spirit of the old country combined with the challenges and the promise of the new country. And that was the inspiration behind this. I call it The Immigrant. Well, I don't know if you all had as eventful a trip here as I did. So there was a lot of traffic going from Long Island up to New Jersey, and so finally there was a rest stop there. That was the Edison, the Thomas Edison rest area, and so I pulled in there and walked around for a bit and came back to my car. And so I'm standing there just kind of resting for a couple minutes before taking off, and a car pulls in next to me, and out pops Kathy Mattea and Susie Bogus from Nashville, and they said, "Muriel, what are you doing here?" And so, you know, I said, "Well, I'm on my way to a gig." They said, "Well, so are we," you know, and then, so I said, "Well, I was thinking about you yesterday because I wrote this song that was kind of calling for your voice, one of your voices." And so I took my guitar out, and in the parking lot, I played them this tune. This is, you know, so very typical Nashville style, right? You know. So this is the song that I would like to hear either Susie Bogus or Kathy Mattea, or both of them together singing. New song called Is Love Enough?
All that I have to give, I give to you in a melody. Each is a gift, you see, that's how I give my love, I give my love. That's how I give my love. Sitting on a park bench, talking to herself quietly, tattered as her memories, I ask, is love enough, is love enough? These days, is love enough? A song can lift your heart a little while, bring your eyes to tears or make them smile, finally help you find your home and your tribe, or it can simply slide on by. Into a thirsty ocean, here's a drop, but with an open heart I reach for my guitar and start to play. Is love enough? Is love enough? These days, is love enough? Then she smiles and sings the words she remembers from summer camp. Her youth comes flooding back, and she's herself, and she's herself, and she is once again herself. A song can lift your heart a little while, bring your eyes to tears or make them smile, finally help you find your home and your tribe, or it can simply slide on by. God gives us melodies of sparrows, even these deliver love as pure as it can be, as pure as it can be. Listen, you can feel it in your soul with every bird that sings. I hear him asking me, is love enough? Is love enough? These days, is love enough? Is love enough? Is love enough? These days, is love enough?
I don't know, are you asking yourselves too, is love enough these days? Yeah. Well, I had a request earlier to do the song where my guitar imitates the sound of the entire bluegrass instrument, the entire bluegrass band. And we'll start with a little old-time clawhammer banjo. I have to make sure the guitar is appropriately out of tune to sound like a banjo. So I can't resist banjo player jokes. I don't know what it is. It's, you know, after playing with a bluegrass band for a while. I mean, our banjo player, she was a banjo player joke. I mean, she just embodied it all. She was wild and crazy and great banjo player, and she would, you know, play this little clawhammer stuff sometimes. And then that 5-string banjo. Thank you.